Welcome to a new day, a brand new way, a new way for new. Welcome to the show where we call bullshit.
Call it.
On our own shit.
Calling bullshit.
We calling bullshit on our own shit. But until we get a theme song, until
then,
we gonna do it like we've been doing it.
Let's rock it like we've been rocking.
Man, we getting old, man. And if you like it, I love it.
I do too. Shout out
Tell
to
her how you feel, man.
Tell her how you feel, man.
Woo.
Let's be lovers.
Come on.
You be my lover.
Yo.
I'll be your lover.
Woo.
Girl, let's be lovers.
You can pass around, I done played the field. Now it's time to settle down, I just wanna chill.
Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
It's time to settle down, I just wanna build.
Yeah.
Get a credit scores.
What we gonna do?
Let's say what love
When that nigga said, let's say,
Yes, I love it. Woo.
let's do.
what lovers do under the cover.
That's right.
And if you think what lovers think, we'll be together.
Let's go.
And if we dream what lovers dream,
Go ahead and give it your old good old heave ho for the day.
It's like forever.
Let's be lovers.
You be my lover. I'm lovers. You be my lover.
I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
It's time to settle down, I just
Calm
wanna
it down.
chill. Get a credit scores up to
Stack a couple meal. Let's
If you want my advice, you need to make the chick your wife. You ain't picking what you did.
Morning.
For your life.
life.
And you say shit.
treat you right.
Give you love with all her
I might.
might. Give you head at any
Anytime.
When your bitches call at
And now
night,
you tell 'em,
no.
bitch, I'm married, y'all.
And she treat me good and
I can never break her heart.
No.
I can't fuck with y'all.
Said she treat me good
And I can never break her heart.
Man, every time I hear that jam, I feel good. I get hyped. That's my older brother, James Otis Clark. We know him affectionately as Boo Boo.
Boo to the boo.
Oh, man. I love that jam. Well, look, we might as well get into the topic of the day.
Which is,
Basically,
we calling bullshit.
on a
our
lot of
own
shit.
Yes.
I want to start off with a story. I remember when I was a kid, we had a cousin that obviously looked fucked up. I don't want to say look fucked up, but he didn't look like all the other kids.
Okay, there you go.
His head was bigger. He walked differently. He was a little deformed. And I don't want to say deformed, but we're going to call it underdeveloped.
Okay. He had different equipment.
Yeah. And with him being underdeveloped, it was a situation where my grandma and the people in my family were adamant about this motherfucker gonna be regular. He gonna play with the regular kids. He gonna run like the regular kids. He gonna jump like the regular kids. He gonna get his ass whooped like the regular kids. He gonna know when the fuck to sit down like the regular kids.
Right.
He gonna know when to mind. He gonna do.
Yep.
And if you said he was special, it keeps saying stream resume. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
But my grandma took special care of that boy and took special precaution to make sure that boy was treated like everybody else. And that boy was seen as his self regular. But guess what?
What?
We know he won't regular.
You knew.
And guess what?
What?
When he would do little shit, he would get his ass toe up. But sometimes grandma would let him get away with shit.
Okay.
And as kids, we would be like, well, grandma, such and such did this. And she would say, you know that boy ain't regular.
Ain't right.
You know that boy ain't right.
He's
He
different.
distracted. It's something different about him. So when she needed to call him unregular, he was
could,
unregular.
yeah.
But when he was regular in every time.
Right.
What are you trying to say, Javon?
Tell us what you trying to say, Javon.
I know this is going to make a lot of people mad, but I'm calling bullshit on these mental health issues in the black community.
Uh-oh.
I'm calling bullshit on all the mental health. I'm not saying all.
Okay.
And I'm going to get into the point. And I know you're going to ask me a lot of questions because you have had your mental health situations and I've had my own mental health situations.
Okay.
But still, I'm calling bullshit on this
That
shit.
just
Now,
you made me hot with that one.
start off. Talk about your mental health situations before we call bullshit and
Okay.
before we get into anything. Just talk about your mental health.
Well, I would have to say that as a result of my experience in a master's class called Bears and Bubbles, I can actually, to some degree, with a great degree, agree with you. Because we learn under the teachings of the guru, master teacher, that our mind is the most powerful tool that we have. We can imagine and create our reality. We decide for ourselves. We can be high and live in heaven if we're accountable for our choices. And so as far as mental health is concerned, there was a time period in my life, a great number of years, where I was trying to determine for myself if indeed I fit the description.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You wanted to know
much.
if you're crazy.
Yes,
Now,
like
look,
these white folks say I'm crazy.
Let's be real. Let's get
Yes,
personal because
yes.
I'm gonna talk about my situation.
Okay.
I went to the doctor. Did you
Yeah.
ever go to the doctor for
Oh,
being
yeah,
crazy?
absolutely. Several times.
Break down
On 3 occasions.
3 times. So 3 times you thought you was crazy.
It was believed.
Now, first of
That-
all, on the 3 times you went to the doctor and thought you was crazy,
Yes.
what did they say was wrong with you? First, I want to know
Okay.
those first 3 diagnoses.
Yes.
Then we want to know what was going on in your life. Go
Okay.
ahead.
You want to know as the diagnosis and what was happening?
Yeah, give me
Okay,
that.
so the first diagnosis was college, maybe my first year
In college.
in college.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't mean to
Freshman
laugh.
year, black girl, white school. I left one dictatorship and went to another one. And so, yeah, I kind of was acting out and they thought I was crazy. They told me I was depressed and that I needed Prozac at the time.
Hold. Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
So you saying when you went to the white college,
Yes,
you
the
was
college of all
acting out-
colleges.
acting out how?
Acting out, I was being distant, was
Wow.
not following directions, being obstinate toward authority.
Wow.
Maybe late
So can we
to team
sum this up
meetings
real
and
quick?
functions
Because I'm gonna
and
give you
shit.
my.
Go ahead.
So what you saying is your daddy told you not to go down there and fuck
Fuck
with them
right?
crackers,
Yeah, and they had their foot on my neck like crackers like to do.
and you felt like a horse on campus.
And
so
I
you
was
distant,
bucking.
and you
I
was
was
one of the
bucking.
only black girls on the
Yes, I was
volleyball. How
one
many?
of-
How many black
At
girls?
that time, it was 3.
So you had a white college adjusting
Yeah.
to white life.
Right.
And because, what did you actually do for them? Or you was just distant?
I was just
or
distant.
alone?
Yeah, it was the summer, and I was just like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm not trying to go to study hall. I'm not trying, even though I'm on scholarship and I'm taking their money and I'm living it up how I want to. They're like, well, you got to do what we say do. So you in school and we're paying for your life, so then you might as well get you a tutor like you would during the
So let me understand this.
semester.
I don't
Might
mean
as
to
well
interrupt you.
weight
Let me interrupt
train.
you.
We might as well keep our eye
Let me
on
interrupt you.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you didn't cut your wrist. You didn't do nothing crazy. You just weren't showing up for the regimen that they had for you to be a
Right.
Texas volleyball player. And they said, the
She
bitch crazy. Some
Yeah.
guy, you goddamn right, bitch. We paying
your
goddamn
life,
$50,000
and you
a year.
acting out.
And you ain't showing up for goddamn
shit.
practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so your first time they said you was depressed because
Yeah.
your freshman year in college.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything, but you just didn't show up for them crackers meetings.
I wasn't doing what they wanted.
So
me
you
to do.
depressed. Now,
Yeah.
give me your second
Okay,
crazy
so
spiel.
The second crazy spiel had to be maybe D was like a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, D was like 2, almost 2.
So you saying, was it like some postpartum shit?
And that's what the diagnosis was, postpartum. It was postpartum because I was out of the scientific range
So you
of
had to-
postpartum.
you had
so I had
reverted.
delayed. I had retarded postpartum.
Yeah.
My shit kicked
Your
in
shit
late.
kicked in. After your son was 2 when he
2
ready to have
talking
fun,
and shit.
you had terrible twos party. Like that motherfucker like, mama, we want to eat now.
Yes,
Eat.
yes.
So break that down. Postpartum, terrible twos, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. So I'm nursing. I'm back at the job. I'm working full time. Kid, probably man too, and just like weigh in over my head on that strong black woman myth shit. Like, oh yeah, I can do it. I'm okay.
So what you
Not.
saying is, now let's analyze this. First time you're at college with some crackers away from home.
Right.
Second time you baby 1 or 2 years old, single mother by herself, postpartum. I think anybody that would have to be forced to take care of goddamn baby by themselves would go through anything like that. Like I could see how it's like, this motherfucker here. It ain't going nowhere. And now I done settled into what help I have, what help I don't have, what my kind of money I'ma have, what kind of money I'ma not have,
what type of life I'ma have.
I wonder how
what
the
my
slaves
day-to-day
felt
looks like.
when the slaves was like, well, you just had that baby, Nessie. Now you put her on your back and go out to that goddamn
back
field.
in the field.
And you nurse her.
Yes.
I think mentally, we are just not as strong because we live in a society where people have allowed us to be weaker. I'm going to get into that later, because 1 minute everybody can do everything, and then one minute regular folks can't do nothing.
Yeah.
See, if a big fat girl who can't jump and jump around can be a cheerleader 1 minute, but then the next minute a regular motherfucker who ain't physically deformed can't go to work every day.
Right.
Third time. What's that third time? When did you go crazy for the third time?
Let me think. Okay, so I was coaching. I had moved back to my alma mater. D is probably like, he wasn't in grade school yet, so maybe like 3 or 4. So I'm coaching and had started my own business, and I think was working like a little side gig too.
So you just had a lot of shit going on.
Had a lot of shit going on. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Because that first year that I was coaching, I also had to go back to school to finish my degree, first of all.
In order to teach.
In order to
make
teach.
money.
In order to make money. So I'm broke, going back to school, living off of school money, teaching. No, just coaching.
Now I see why you say you bought your baby daddy in the picture. Like, motherfucker, I need you.
Exactly. I had to throw that myth away. Like, yo, I'm unstable as a mother, as a woman, as a parent, as a person. I wasn't designed to have to raise a child by myself. I know that for a fact. I don't know about other women, but I knew that. And so, yeah, absolutely.
So 3 times you've been diagnosed is literally crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So the first time they said it was depression, they gave me Prozac. I didn't take that shit because I read and saw where people was jumping off of buildings, hallucinating, and make you
so
more
you couldn't
suicidal.
have thought nothing was wrong with you if you didn't take the medicine.
Exactly. So all that.
What kind of benefit was there any kind of benefits each time of you playing crazy? Straight up, because if you ain't take the medicine, what did it do for you? Did it
gave me time off? Yeah, time off. Gave
crazy.
me time with myself to figure out what was the real deal. I didn't want that job. I didn't want that gig. I didn't want that relationship, to align with myself. It gave me time off to sit down and be still without distraction, without responsibility and obligation, listen to my source and say, what the fuck is going on?
So let me ask you this. I'm starting to realize our generation is the first generation of weakies.
Okay.
Of weakness.
Maybe.
The first generation, and we've passing it down to our kids, because everybody I meet that's young got a mental health issue. Now, my thing is this. Let me get into my own life and my own situation. I was teaching. I have been teaching about 5 years, 6 years. And I had realized you can't do nothing in this school system. Wherever there's a heterosexual, strong black male voice trying to direct kids, especially black male and females, they're going to stifle it. Yeah. Mr. Clark, he daps the students up. The females, female students, they want a hug from Mr. Clark.
Right.
They call me daddy, Papa Clark.
Yeah.
So they don't
Uncle
understand
Jay.
culturally, Uncle Jay, Mr. Clark. A lot of the boys call me Clark.
Yeah.
So they didn't understand those relationships. So when a little girl come up to me like, hey, Clark.
Yeah.
Hey, daddy.
Yeah.
And where my hug at?
Yeah.
And it's a white teacher standing there, and I'm like, and then they like, What's wrong with you? You act like you know not. I don't act like I ain't your child. And it's like white, and I'll give them a hug, and it was just so many times that I've had situations, not no sexual shit, but just so many times where I've had teachers or the principal, Mr. Clark, why do they call you daddy? Why do they call you Uncle Jay? And they didn't understand that I was the first male that these little boys and little girls saw with suits on, a slacks, driving a Benz, married, see my wife come to the football game, see my kids. I was an English teacher. I want no goddamn football coach.
Right.
So what happened was I realized like, yo, my dream of being this guy to change children's lives is being thwarted because of the culture of the situation. So I realized I can't help these kids here. But I knew it was in the middle of the school year. It probably was about 4 months into the school year. You know what I'm saying? After when I realized it, and I taught a couple of more years, and then I went back and for the last school year that I taught, I so didn't want to go back because it was the same old thing. And I had sat down and did an assessment of how many students I had helped or lives I had changed or whatever. And so when I get back, after about, we go to school in August, September, November. November, Chris was like, you should sell plates. You don't want to be a teacher no more.
Right.
But then I didn't want to give up on that dream because I had been to school. I had got a master's for it. And I wanted to be a teacher. It was health benefits. It was, you know, insurance. The kids was insured. Chris insured. We finna go to no health benefits. And I had a wife that was supporting me. But as a man, it was a lot on me.
Get a lot of benefits around in the community as a teacher. Everywhere I went, they was
and
like,
I'm finna,
you show your ID, you teacher ID, and
I'm
you
finna
get all kind of discounts.
that up to sell plates, right?
Yeah.
So it's a situation where as time went on, I'm like, okay, I start having panic attacks when I got to work.
Yeah, me too.
And what I call panic attacks was just me can't breathe. And they went from just going to work to any other time I started getting panicky about having panic attacks.
Right.
But really, I was at a place I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And I think my inner me was saying, motherfucker, don't quit this shit.
Exactly.
Fuck you care about the pink. What the fuck you care about the world?
Exactly.
What the fuck you care about this whole teacher image? You done built this teacher image. Now, you know, I'm a 6'6" black man, English teacher, not a coach, educated. So it's a whole different level to be in. Nice ass Range Rover.
Yeah,
Benz,
you're experiencing.
fucking a lot of the teachers at the school.
Like, too good to be true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like a situation where it was like
candy store.
When I went to the doctor, I went to the doctor because one day I was just feeling not good at school, and I was like, yo, what's up? I'm talking to this other teacher, and I talked to like 4 teachers. Like, do y'all feel a certain type of way? Do y'all get panicky? It was like, they was like, oh, we all got pills. That's part of the game. To being a teacher, they all had Altoid box, and they popping these pills all day, and that's part of the fucking game.
Yeah.
So
and everybody had a therapist.
Yeah. So when I realized that was a part of the game, I was like, okay, let me go and see what's up. So when I went and talked to the people, they said, you got panic attacks, agoraphobia. You don't even need to be teaching. Not only do you not need to be teaching, you don't even need to be out of the house. You can get a disability check, crazy check. They just sold me on this shit so fast. So I went down to the school.
Somebody said something like that to me once too.
Yeah, I went down to the school and I talked to the principal, and they was like, well, you can get the Family Medical Leave Act. You can get 4 months off and still get paid. So I'm like, cool, fuck it. Let's get paid 4 months. And for those 4 months I was off getting paid, I started Grub's Kitchen. Just started cooking plates, getting paid, cooking plates. Plate shit got so good, panic attacks went away. Now I still got to go to the doctor every goddamn week for my therapy appointment so I can keep getting my goddamn check.
Pay, yes.
Well, the therapist, after a while, she was like, we can do your Klonopin up. I hollered at my man like, yo, I got some pills. Klonopin.
Yeah,
he like, yo, I can sell them $30 a pill. I'm like, $30 a pill?
Yep.
I'm like, how much you gonna give me for him? He like, 15. I said, how about you give me 20, nigga? You ain't doing nothing but selling the pill. He like, nigga, I'm the connect. All you got to do is give me your shit. So I settled up 15. They giving me 60 pills.
Yeah. That's
$15 a wop.
Little chunk of change.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm getting that a month. So I'm like, okay, I keep going. I get my shit deuced up. Now I'm getting like $20 a pill.
What did you just say?
Just
Not
deuce it
dosed
up. Deuce it up. Deuce that shit up. So I'm getting this $20 a pill now. So now there are benefits for me to keep claiming crazy.
Yeah. I understand.
I'm reaping benefits from claiming crazy, but I'm not taking the medicine. I'm not doing anything that I should do that says that I'm crazy.
Right.
Once somebody gave me an out to say I'm crazy, now I go back to school after 4 months. The doctor like, you should just get disability. So I'm like, I done hit the disability man up. They like, well, based on how long you done worked and how much you paid in the system, you can only get like $1,200 a month. I'm like, $1,200 a month? I smoked that up.
Much.
I don't need to say I can't work. I need to be able to work if I need to, right?
Yeah.
So what I do, go back to the doctor.
Yeah.
She gives me this pass to come teach one class and go home.
Oh, wow.
If during that one class I feel bad.
Off. If you get triggered.
Yeah, if during that one class I feel bad, I get to go home. So I milked this shit like 4 months. Then I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And then they like, well, as a teacher, we got 3 months of reserve pay for you. You know what I mean? So I'm going in there teaching one class, then going to prep, sell my food. My plate game has started. I'm selling 20, 30 plates a day. Now I'm selling 60 plates.
Oh
so
my
as
gosh,
the
you got the plate lick, the peel
now,
lick,
we talking,
and a paycheck.
Yeah, we talking all of this of why it's beneficial for me to be crazy.
And you know what? The last time, that's bringing up a fourth time.
Wow, go ahead. Give us the fourth time.
The fourth time was actual, beneficial. Like, I think I was probably up on the game by then. And was like, let me
do how to get that crazy check,
so that these last 3 months I don't have to go back to work. That was actual a termination. Yeah, that was one of them, resign or be terminated. You know how they look
crazy. So I call it getting crazied out.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck that. I don't want neither, but I couldn't fight it. You know, I would have had to fight it to make it something different. The head coach got fired. And if you're a coach, you understand they let the whole department go. So that's their way of just saying,
fuck y'all ain't shit.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want you. We really ain't got no reason other than just at will termination. So you can either gladly, happily leave or say you got fired. So anyway, I was like, well, let me just continue to get paid and, that not go on my record. So I do remember that.
So you crazied out.
Crazied out. Yep. Last 3 months of my last teaching gig.
So let me get into why I'm calling bullshit on this shit.
I got a great comment to share from the timeline.
Matter of fact, hit the timeline.
Okay.
And if anybody want to call in, let me get the.
Oh yeah, plug us in. Plug us up. Plug us.
You got to plug it in. The number to call in is 919-292-5383. Again, that's 919-292-5383. If you want to call in and just give us a time that you know you've played crazy. Let's just be real. Have you felt crazy and then realized you weren't crazy? Take it to the timeline. Let's get a few of the comments.
Look, and I'm just gonna say you hitting up the blue phone. Not the red line, it's the blue line.
The blue line.
The blue line, yes. So this is just a great comment from Levi. It says, I have no idea what the fuck I'm watching or who you guys are or how you wound up in my subscriptions. But this shit is already 47 different levels of rare and refreshingly free of bullshit. The fuck?
Y'all
her
call
more
bullshit.
realness in like the 6 minutes I've been watching than I've seen in 24 hours of news.
Well, we appreciate that, fam.
that,
We
Levi.
some intelligent folks, and we gonna be talking some good shit. I call bullshit because what I'm trying to say is I am a capable, regular looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Y'all know when a motherfucker was mentally disabled,
Yeah.
they body
They
didn't
look
develop
different.
properly.
Right.
We know motherfuckers, we ain't trying to be funny. We ain't gonna be politically correct. Motherfuckers who ain't right in the head don't look right physically.
Right, exactly.
Everybody you knew growing
Yeah.
up that was looked fucked up, acted fucked up.
Everybody that rode the short bus looked like they
Looked
rode
like they
the short
supposed to
bus.
rode that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Everybody was in that special class.
And they looked like it.
looked like they was in that
But we gonna
class.
get into that further. Let's use a jokingly example. Radio.
Radio.
Radio looked fucked up.
Okay, yeah.
He looked like something would be wrong with his head.
Right,
See, the
okay.
look got to go with the mind.
yeah,
See,
I got
we
you.
now motherfuckers look like beauty queens. I said, bitch, you too fine to be crazy. God damn. Can't that, Chris, you got something you want to say?
I was just about to say, we got a comment.
What you want to say?
I had did a project on
Speak up.
postpartum. I did a product here, son, right there.
Okay.
Lynn got it. Okay, that's what's up.
I could flip through it because it's societal, it's not mental, and I thought that was
Okay, so Chris did a project on postpartum. She's working in her master's program, so this shit has been researched, whatever. We gonna get into that. But let's talk about radio.
Okay.
Radio look fucked up.
All right.
We had a guy named Freddie that was like radio.
Okay.
He looked fucked up. You could tell. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't use the word fucked up.
Right.
But he
He
looked
looked
fucked
different.
up.
Yeah.
You could tell his mind was fucked up. He understood everything. And back in the day, they held him accountable for everything. When did we go from fucked up looking people who we knew was fucked up in the head, whose body looked fucked up, when they said that boy better do right, you better act right, you better act like everybody else,
Act like you got some sense.
to motherfuckers looking like me and you, 6'6", this goddamn handsome, tall ass, tall
Regular
dog,
people
regular
acting different.
motherfucker acting like we fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
When did we get to that? Huh? Now, why is radio expected to act right and we ain't expected to act right? Break that down. What you think about that? I know why. We're going to get into the school system and we're going to get into the monetary gain based around motherfuckers claiming they fucked up. Go ahead.
I would have to say that it has a lot to do with, like we've discussed, the black race, acting like a black woman, being emotional, and how we have a tendency to cover up our flaws for the sake of appearance, and whatever we are insecure about or fear would be a obstacle to us progressing in some area, we're going to dress it up and not call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather than stabbing somebody, we poked them. So that boy is black and he's a male and he grown, but he look and act like a kid.
Something wrong
so
with
he
it.
already is 3-4 notches down from his typical position, which is added advantage under
Yeah.
the white man and the white woman. So yeah, he gonna have to act right, sit up, act straight. I mean, you know, a regular black person got to act extra.
You better act right.
special right to be accepted.
Back
so
in the
he's
day- look,
special.
look,
so
back-
now he got to act extra special right.
You remember that
to
movie
be
back in the day,
accepted.
Rosewood, when they said Big Baby can shoot?
Yes,
Big Baby can shoot.
shoot
Fuck. Big Baby do everything.
everything. Chop trees.
Now, but Big Baby knew, you better not look at them goddamn white girls. Big Baby said, I can shoot. Big Baby knew this the time to shoot. Any other time, Big Baby knew not to be fucking around with them white folks. But Big Baby said, hey, look, I know how to shoot that. I can bust a gun now.
Wow. Okay.
At any time. Now, what I'm trying to say is, why is it that we have all of a sudden let regular motherfuckers play crazy? It's a monetary benefit to it. Now, I worked at a group home.
Oh yeah.
I worked at a group home. I had my undergrad in sociology, had never been a teacher. The reason I went back and got my master's to become a teacher was the kids in the group home, them motherfuckers act like regular kids. And I started to realize ain't nothing wrong with these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers just ain't been parented right. Now, we have a situation where you can get benefits as a mother for to say your child crazy.
And that's what someone can, that when you mentioned that earlier, that's what I was thinking, that someone had presented that to me about my kid.
Your child?
Yeah. Like just in the early stages of being like
What was
elementary.
He doing? Fucked up. Was
hyper.
Why we gotta? It's black boy shit.
Exactly.
Black
That's
boys,
exactly
we
what
walk
it
around
was.
with a goddamn.
Exactly.
We beating
That's
on
it.
shit. We doing
That's
karate.
It. Hands on. He
Yeah.
on the kick and karate. I mean, he just brand new to school. You know, this is some kindergarten, first, second grade shit.
His uncles and slapped him around
All
and kicked him and
around,
punched him. He ready to try that shit on somebody.
And some other little kids at school. You know, you pull your panties down in first grade. Everything you ain't done at home, you go to school and try and do.
Pull his dick out.
Shit like that. Then roll the girl, can I see your wee wee? You know, because it's his. That's what he called his. So he thinking she got one.
Let me see
your wee wee, and I'm gonna show you my wee wee. And then I got caught, you know, and all that type of shit. So they
so
like
he was
he
leading
hyper.
with his shaboing boing at
Leading
an early.
with his shaboing boing. That's all. That's his gift.
That's
He
his
trying to give it away.
He lead with his shaboing boing at
So
an early
anyway,
age.
yeah. So the lady was like, you know, if you claim your kid is this, and he get on medication and it's documented in the school, he
get
gets
an
special
IEP.
privileges at school.
You get a check.
and I get a fucking check.
Now let me explain something.
And then you can go deeper in the game.
And
Like
it
he was
removes any
stuttering
accountability
for
from
his
you.
grades and for me. Like he don't, you know, I had that time when I would be late taking him to school, so we had the little truancy thread. You know, I'm coaching and shit, and I ain't got first period off.
Fucked up as a mother.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I'm playing with you.
it's kindergarten. He could be late. I done taught him this shit already. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah. So we went through all of that. But anyway, the whole check for your kid.
Why you didn't take that
playing
check?
Crazy. I didn't want that label on my son. It was real tempting, like a motherfucker. Real fucking tempting, because she told me the line, like, once you get a check for this one thing, and he was stuttering.
Then if he pull his dick out again, you can get a double dick
check. Yes, they
Yeah.
was like the most shit that's wrong with you. More checks you can get, because literally at the time he was
That
hyper.
motherfucker would have been crazy.
And he was stuttering, so she was like, you get him in speech therapy.
Speech therapy, that's a
then
check.
That's a check. You get somebody coming to your house, you know what I'm saying? You get all this special shit. So yeah, it was real fucking tempting. But at the end of the day, I was just like, okay, that's more hoops I'm gonna have to jump through. That's more shit that's documented about me as a parent, or lack thereof. You know how I'm just not sure how they're gonna look at this shit. I'm already skeptical about my record with my mental health, so I know the game.
Four
Right?
crazy.
Yeah, so I know the game. You know,
you full-time crazy. I don't know how I got with you. A
full-time, but that wasn't what I thought. That's what the
But so let me
expert
ask you
and
this.
the specialist was telling me.
So the first time you went and got your meds and didn't take them, what made you go back? Did you go back because you was really feeling crazy again and the crazy idea was in your mind? Or did you go back with intention and knowing, let me get some time off, let me play crazy? Like, did you literally, after you went one time, on some bullshit, I don't feel like fucking with these crackers. I'm a freshman in college. My daddy told me not to come down here. I realized I'm adjusting. I don't want to do all these regimens, all right? You went, they say you was depressed. You realize you won't. I ain't taking these pills. Next time, my baby is a certain age, I'm going to play crazy again. I'm trying to figure out what that noise is. It wasn't doing that, but go ahead. We'll figure that out.
I went back because the symptoms were back. And we had talked about, did I think I was crazy? No, I didn't. I was following the experts' advice. And every time I went, that's what we did the first day.
What?
That's what it was. The first day we had the phone plugged up.
But it wasn't necessarily, yeah. But go ahead. We ain't going to get into that's anyway. Technical. I'll figure that out. Go ahead.
So when I went back, the symptoms were similar. And so craziness. I wanted to know more information. You know, I wanted to know. Each time I went, I found out more about myself. Fuck what they were saying. I would take what they were saying with a grain of salt.
Take that phone off the table.
And so what ended up happening is I learned more about myself, learned more about my symptoms, learned more about my triggers, and how to just treat myself as a human fuck all that bullshit.
So we can clearly say that sometime we up, sometime we down.
Absolutely.
And if the right motherfucker feed into us, like say for example, I saw this little boy, about 2 or 3, riding this little cycle shit he pedaled with his leg in front of his mama. And they was coming down past the house. And basically what was happening was he fell and bust his ass. And mama tried to get back on, give it another try, get back on, give it another try. And the little boy looking for sympathy, and he basically didn't want to get back on and give it another try. They didn't see me. I was sitting in the car smoking reefer. I yelled out the window, "Good job, little man. You was doing good. Get up and give it another try." That little motherfucker hopped on that scooter, skated off down the street. And then the mama, she looked back at me. She said, "How you do that?" I said, "I'm just a man. I'm just a man." A lot of this shit that we think is mental is just not the right encouragement.
Right.
At the right time in your life, when Tina Turner fucked around and finally left Ike, she said, "I don't know who to talk to. Who's the strongest woman I know?" The bitch that walked out on us, Tina Turner's friend, Num Yo Ho Rengekio,
Yes.
she ran out on Ike. She said, "You can smack them motherfuckers. You ain't gonna got one time to hit me." She said, "I done ran out on Ike. I finally got courage. The strongest person I know is the person that left all this fame and this money and this glory and started over. Let me see you what you doing right now."
Right.
She went to that girl. That girl said, "I'm on some new shit.
shit.
Nam yo o Renkyo." And she gave her Buddhism. And that was her
her.
mental health clarity. If
Exactly.
she'd have been a Christian, said, "Ihandala Robo Sai," she could have been a goddamn Feng Feng Xing Dang Chinese motherfucker. It really don't matter.
No, you're absolutely right.
What I'm trying to say is, when I was going through that situation in my life, deciding should I be a teacher or not, I asked other teachers, does being a teacher burn you out? They say, yeah, this is what you have to do. Go get a pill.
Yep.
I said, well, I ain't going to go get no pill, but I can see what goes down. Because as soon as I hollered at my homeboy, he said, anything you get, I can take. I can sell. Instantly.
Yeah.
Now, me,
So teachers has got a side hustle.
yeah, as a, yeah, of
Pharmaceutical
course.
side hustle.
As a, because they don't make a lot of money.
Right.
That's a function of society.
Yeah.
As a black man, the second I hear I can get some change, I'm going to get some change out
Get
of the
it.
deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a person, I have a master's in special education. So there was a test called a Warshak-Jonsler test. And then there's an IQ test. And then there's several tests to see, does a kid have a mental health disability?
Okay.
Now, they were trying to double dip me because I had a undergrad and I was certified to teach English and math. But because I had was qualified to teach, to give those tests under special education, they would make me give these tests. And that fucking
I
buzzing
know
is
that
driving.
buzz. Every time you stop talking, I can tell when you hear it.
Yeah, I'm going to just talk through it and we're going to figure out. Now, because I could give these tests, I used to watch the school psychologists come to the school and give these tests. And then they started making people like me give these tests.
Right.
And I would give the test and I said, give me another date to test. And they would be like, why? You can only miss class. I said, man, the motherfucker was high during the test. So I got a lot of answers that were non-responsive,
Right.
a lot of don't give a fuck answers,
Yeah.
a lot of jokey answers, a lot of play crazy answers, a lot of answers. Just this nigga just took fucking 2 perks and had a goddamn Mad Dog 2020, and you giving him a goddamn brain test. He
Brain
not
test.
answering.
Right.
I've been in situations with kids that were on my caseload. They gave me a caseload of kids, and it was a situation where when my kids would have to do their test with the psychiatrist, I would say, let me be present. That's their right. As
Yeah.
me as their case manager. Let their
Right.
mom be present.
Right.
And I would show, they would ask the kid like something, and I'd be like, man, he ain't going to answer that, man. Why is he not going to answer? Man, you fucking with him. He know
Yeah.
you fucking with him.
Right.
He know you fucking with him right now. And it would be, and they would just write down, he didn't answer that. And it's a lot of, we're being disproportionately diagnosed with craziness for monetary gain. Listen, there was a time the slaves won't depress, our grandmas won't depress. How the fuck is an 18-year-old girl, a freshman in college, mentally classified and prescribed medication as depressed, because she's not coming to fucking study hall.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
What it also does, it removes the accountability from a mother and a father. My kid acting fucked up. It's not my fault. Mm-hmm. He crazy. Something wrong with his brain.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I thought because I ain't do nothing with him. I ain't spend no time with him. I don't do nothing with him. It's something wrong with his head. He fucked up in the head. That's why his grade's bad. It's not me.
Right.
It's not that I didn't teach him his ABCs and she learned Megan Thee Stallion, Savage on the clavage. It's not because he know all this other shit. It's because he's mentally fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
And you're going to give me a check?
Right.
And the check is a supplemental social security check. So what it's supposed to be doing is shit like tutoring, shit like after school care, shit home like extra help. You know what I mean? But we don't use that shit for that. The same way me and you went and got them goddamn meds and sold them motherfuckers and knew we weren't crazy but used the benefit of the system. We as blacks are doing that shit, and whites have been doing it forever. And until they give whites a new crazy to play, blacks don't play that shit. The first time we had a depression in this country, you never heard the word depressed. White folks lost all their money after slavery. You goddamn right. The South had slaves and they were goddamn making all the raw goods for manufacturing. Mm-hmm. Now the South lost their slaves. They ain't got the money to do what they've been doing. Mm-hmm. The goddamn North can't get the goods they need from the South because the slaves ain't there.
Yeah.
So basically, we had a situation where the money couldn't spend. The products couldn't spend like it used to. Right. White folks said, man, this is a goddamn depression, Jack. This motherfucker, the whole goddamn world depressed. Now,
from the timeline and from class, he said, from Bears and Bubbles, I learned that when I was feeling this depressed, I was just in a place where I just didn't want to be.
Didn't want to be and had to stay there.
Situational and circumstantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they'll give you a drug to get the depression off you. I give me some pussy or smoke me some reefer. I get that shit right up on off of me.
Yeah.
Man, I was depressed until I pressed that girl face down in that bed. I pressed that girl so hard to that bed, boy, that motherfucker depressed now. It ain't on me no more. You see what I'm saying?
Depression is compression.
Pressing somebody down, face down, head down, press our ass down through that mattress, and that shit'll come off you. Some people smoke reefer, drink. Some people shop. Gamble. Some people go to church. You know, I think the most depressed motherfuckers on this earth, to me, if that is a word, is people that go to church.
Ooh.
For that to be the highlight of your fucking life.
Yeah.
For that shit right there to bring you back into your normalcy. For that shit to go in there and yell and scream at the sky and jump around and hallelujah and say shit that you know ain't real. And to sing these songs. You got to be a crazy motherfucker to do all that and leave up out that motherfucker feeling good.
Yeah.
Something got to be wrong with you.
And then keep it up.
Keep it up.
How do you keep it up all week?
And everybody know it's a goddamn lie. Yeah. My grandma said, $800 just like goddamn the Telemundo man said, los podcasts. Señor Javan Clark, los lean.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
And we say what we heard, and we actually pass that shit down into our children's children.
Yes.
How the fuck won't the slaves depressed? How the fuck is we worse than them?
Yeah.
I'm calling bullshit. I gotta get me a bullshit sign. That just show I'm a talker.
Yes.
Now, eventually I'm gonna have all this sound effects.
You can have a bullshit song.
I'm going to have a bullshit song. I'm going to have all that shit.
Song is going to be the theme song. Okay, so we got comments from the timeline. The Total Woman has brought in some anthropological, historical, relative information stating that in Asian cultures, and this is going back a little bit, talking about how our black boys get mislabeled, boys fight at playtime. It's natural.
Yeah.
Whereas in our society, we got to give them a pill.
Because
sit
white
down,
folks
be
can't
quiet.
fight.
Oh, stop.
No, seriously. And every other culture. No, listen. I want
That
you to
makes
really
sense,
learn
though.
something.
I'm-
Listen, anthropology, sociology. That's why I love that Chris is in school, so she's understanding. When I used to kick the boys, slap their ass around, punch them in the head, shit like that, that's natural. See, in every culture, we have to understand racism ain't racism in Japan when everybody Japanese, when everybody Chinese, when everybody African, it ain't racism. So what I'm saying is when you got little white boys playing with black boys and them black boys kicking them white boys' ass every day, all day, that's too aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Okay.
But when it's black boys fucking each other up, it ain't no problem. When it's white boys, when it's Indians fucking each other up, it ain't no problem.
Right, yeah,
you see what
we
I'm
just
saying?
playing.
But see, when you trying to bring us into your structured system that you've not let us be in for the last fucking 200 years, then all of a sudden you want to bring us into your structured system and expect us to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause
fighting is that's man. Can you fight?
Rites of passage.
Soon as I meet a little boy, you got. Let me see your dick.
fight.
Is your dick bigger than mine?
I can run
I can
faster
piss
than you.
faster than you. Look how
can
far I
throw
can
rocks.
spit.
Yes, exactly.
Can you hit me?
I can snot harder than you.
Anything, motherfucker. I'm a
Anything.
boy.
I
I'm
can
trying to
shit
kick
bigger
your
than
goddamn
you.
ass.
Yes, and everything. You right.
You remember you said you seen your son out there fucking them kids up
Yeah.
for no reason at all. He just having fun. Ain't no reason at all. When I was in school and they say you supposed to share the toys and shit, my brothers,
Like,
you have
no
to
such
take.
thing. Yeah.
Hey, listen, ain't no share. If I can beat you up, I can have this.
Yeah.
If you can't beat me up, that's who get the toy. That's who get on the swing. That's who get to hunch the girl in the playground. You can't beat me. See, that's how it was
win.
in my community where I was raised. The way you get the play time on the video game is you got to be able to beat somebody up. If you can't, then goddamn, you can't get it. So that's our culture. So what they doing, they squelching us. And the biggest thing is, the saddest thing is this. Back in the day, you had to be old and have sugar diabetes to get medicine.
Yeah.
Then they came out and said, hey, look, you can be a little boy, 5, 6 years old and be head crazy.
Yeah.
Head crazy. So now what you have is a situation, these little boys that's been head crazy on these drugs since they was little babies. See, it's a difference in reefer, a cigarette, beer, wine, or medication or any drug on an adult brain and an adult body than a developing brain and a developing body. See, me, I done got where I'm going to be. I can do some coke, crack, whatever I want to do. My brain is where it is. When you introduce that shit into a developing mind, it's a big difference and have a very different effect on the child. So what we have is a situation where these little boys been taking this shit since they was goddamn 6, 7 years old, and now they 18, 19, they Medicaid and gave out. And guess what? They got a mental and physical addiction to the heroin that's in these drugs.
Oh.
So now you do have what's considered a real crazy motherfucker out here. Them motherfuckers weren't crazy at first.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
The Total Woman also commented that fighting releases energy for these boys who are not old enough to hunt back in the day. And then we have another comment from a new person in the chat room. Thank you for joining. Lavelle Andre says that I let all the boys jump on me and fight, and they love me.
Yeah. When you meet a little boy as a grown man, the first thing he want to do is kick you, test you. What strength do you have? Because a little boy don't know when he a little boy, he can't beat you.
That he a little boy.
He like, what the fuck you got on? Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
What can you do? A little boy will walk up
do?
at you and kick you and be serious like he can fuck you up.
Because y'all measure each other immediately.
So
when
what you
walk
have
in
to
the
do,
room.
you have to pick him up. You have to slam him.
Yep.
You had to play with him a little bit.
To
And then as a
measure where
man,
he's
you have to,
at.
yes, it's this little motherfucker a faggot.
Is
It's
he
his Saul.
quick? Yes,
you know,
exactly.
and what
Is
is
he
speed
gonna cry?
like? And then at some point, we going to squeeze down on him and make him cry. Just to see.
How quick do he piss on himself?
How much can it
Pressure,
take?
can it?
With this little boy
Look how they do our
squeeze
babies.
him. With this little boy, get mad and say, I ain't
Ain't
gonna
gonna
cry and
cry.
look at me and take
And-
this pain?
yes.
Or will this little boy start crying
Cry,
instantly
pee on
and
myself.
running in
Yeah,
the tail?
yeah.
We testing him. We
Yes,
really testing your
testing
motherhood.
That's what they.
We
what
testing
kind
your
of boy
motherhood.
is she
What kind of
raising?
boy? Do you got you a little soft
Soft boy,
motherfucker?
yes.
Or is you raising a regular fucking boy?
Yes.
And that's mental. So
Right.
what we don't understand is a lot of what's going on is the misraisings of energy, of no male energy, too much female energy, and not enough female energy, and not enough male energy.
Yeah.
Black women don't be hugging they boys, playing with them, blowing on their goddamn stomach, flipping them around like black women should.
Right.
And then black men are absent. So they ain't getting the toughness
tough
and the
toe
roughness.
up, getting
It's supposed to be
their
a
ass chewed out,
balance.
balance.
It's supposed to be a balance. Of course you're going to be mentally crazy, or what they say, crazy. I'm pussy crazy. All that pussy I seen growing up, all them women getting undressed around me in the country. Come wash my back. They sitting in the bathtub.
Yeah.
You like, goddamn, I
So
done
it's
washed
less
4 aunts'
bras
back.
and panties out in the country.
None
they
of
just
that.
sundress
Ass
in the
swinging.
garden,
Oh,
titties flopping.
yes.
Stop, don't do
Listen, let me tell you something. It
Okay.
ain't gonna do but 2 things to a boy
it.
mentally.
Yeah.
He gonna want some pussy and titties and
Or
ass,
want to be.
or he gonna wish he was a
want
goddamn
ass
girl.
and pussy and
One of
titties.
the two. Go
Okay.
ahead, break it down.
The total woman is just coming through with all the info today. She says it's crazy how they treat our little boys, because back in the day it was okay to put a 4-year-old in the cotton field and expect
Yes.
him to tote that cotton in that sun and pick it like he grown and not die because of that same energy that they stifle now in the classroom with
Exactly.
medication and so forth. So
Exactly.
we had a great comment earlier also in the beginning of the conversation when we started out talking about you calling bullshit on mental health, because typically if someone is mentally less developed or developed differently, they are they appear
Crazy
to be-
motherfuckers look different.
Right. And so the comment that confirmed that was the way they put it. I wanted to read it. It was so
Yeah, make that sound
well.
good, cause crazy motherfuckers
Yeah.
look different.
Yeah,
I don't
the way
mean
they
crazy.
stated it was just
mentally
so cool.
ill. Your brain ain't fully developed. Your mind ain't fully developed. Your hands, your walk, your talk, none of that shit fully developed. Now you might have something like Bebe. What's the guy that said, I massage? You brought up a good point.
Yes, okay.
Because you was like, baby,
What
I
about
massage.
him?
You
Yeah,
hear what he
so-
was saying? You know what he was doing? He was doing what he thought was rapping.
Right.
Saying everything that was cool to a beat. He's black. He got rhythm. Don't make him
Right.
can't dance. So he just, I got the money in the bank. I massage. I got reefer in the pocket. I massage.
massage.
I got girls on the block. I massage.
Massage.
I
Okay.
got candy in the paint. I massage.
Massage,
He said,
yes.
I got a steering wheel. I'm everything.
Damn it. Yeah.
So don't expect the motherfuckers to be inhumane, can't dance and feel rhythm. But the motherfuckers that's crazy, you know they crazy.
Right.
I remember when I first discovered a younger crazy family member in my family. And I will never forget, a little puppy dog came out the house and all the kids was out there playing. And it was kids that were fucking 2, 1. I think I hear Chris laughing in the
Somebody
back.
said can't get right. I'm reading. I
'Cause she
missed
remembered this
comments
story.
earlier. Okay,
Look.
somebody can't get right. What that name of somebody
on the
crazy?
movie Life.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sitting here, I'm watching this motherfucker, right? I ain't even watching. All the kids are having regular. And this motherfucker, his head a little bit bigger than everybody. I'm thinking, is little cuzzo a little slow? But I ain't really can tell because he's
Can't
doing
really-
everything regular because they want him to do.
Be
They
regular.
didn't raise him to be regular.
Right.
I know his mama.
Yeah.
I know little cuzzo, if he is fucked up in the head or slow, mama whoop that goddamn ass. He gonna be acting right.
Right.
So he out there, every other kid responsible, accountable for everything like every other kid. Then all of a sudden, this little chihuahua came out the house, and it was kids out there 2 to 20. And this little white chihuahua came out the house. And that little motherfucker said, yeah! And started running toward his mama and it ran into her lap. and held him tight and held him. That little motherfucker, the way he was scared of that little dog, I looked up at my little sister.
Stop.
She shook her head.
That's when you knew.
I said, is he? She said, you better not let her hear you ask, is he crazy?
Yes.
But the whole day, he was expected to mind, behave, and do everything like every other kid. I couldn't tell no difference. His head was just big. That chihuahua, that motherfucker said, the way he acted behind that dog.
Yes.
But then there were big ass dogs out there running loose.
That little one fucked him up.
Jack.
That's like the video we saw with these two lions and this little bitty chihuahua that wasn't scared of the two lions, was just going off, and that little chihuahua fucked them lions up.
I remember that.
What is wrong with this little motherfucker that's not scared of us? That chihuahua just ran up on some lions.
Two lions.
Barking his ass
and the
off.
Male and female lion was chilling. And he ran up like, fuck out of here.
Yes,
and they jumped up and jumped back like,
what the fuck is this little animal?
And every time he go further, y'all Google that shit. This dog barking, the little chihuahua is them goddamn lions. And look, and then the male lion said, let me see, can I hit him with a and the dog didn't get scared. The bitch took off running. They was like, what the fuck? The bitch said that the roar didn't work. It scared them.
Right, because that's wasn't crazy. Acting normal. It looked normal.
They said this little motherfucker right here must be have poisonous bite.
Exactly. That little motherfucker was not acting right.
But that's how my little cousin was.
Exactly.
When he seen that guy, look, it was Rottweilers, pit bulls, all types of that goddamn. That motherfucker went off. I looked up. The whole family looked at me because they know my ideas. Is this little motherfucker crazy or something?
Yeah.
But when I looked over and realized who his mama was,
couldn't say nothing.
I acted
regular.
Yeah. I acted like I didn't know that little motherfucker was crazy.
You didn't see that crazy on him.
But he gonna be given a pass in life.
And that's what somebody just said. They was like, "Oh, this is the total woman." She having a whole conversation with somebody in the chat room, and they cracking up, talking about they can crash, and then the complaint is that they won't stay awake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get a pass.
Yeah.
For doing shit.
But see, what we've decided is 1 minute regular folks can't do regular shit. Then the next minute, oh, you fat, you want to be in the marathon. Well, we don't want to stay out here an extra 6 hours for you to finish.
Right.
The cameras can't go home to everybody finish. The emergency medical team can't go home to everybody finish. We got to let the gay boy be in the cheerleading squad. Yeah.
Now we got to change the whole
dynamic. You got 10 people, 9 folks. The gay boy got on a whole different uniform.
Yeah. And now the lead cheerleader isn't the lead cheerleader anymore because she got to step to the side.
Boy, you can't put look, you can't put that gay boy over in the corner. It'll make everybody, it won't look right.
Messed up.
So what you do is you put that gay cheerleader with a different male uniform dead center. And now you got me mentally crazy in the audience because I'm looking at the whole cheerleading squad like, y'all got to be something wrong with y'all to let this oddball shit become normal. And that's really what crazy is.
Yeah.
When you walk around doing oddball shit thinking you normal. Folks that's crazy don't know they doing crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
A motherfucking black person will be like, you better not mind me. I'm on my crazy shit today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had students that used to be, the bell ring. Simple command. Ding dong, the bell ring. Time to sit down. School is out.
Mm-hmm.
School starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, my man, can I get you to sit down?
Right.
Hey, you look at my paperwork.
Yeah.
I said, now I know what he talking about.
Right.
He basically saying I got an IEP.
I got a pass.
And I act fucked up sometimes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, you look at my paperwork.
Yeah.
And guess what? I can't say yes. I looked at your paperwork.
Right.
I know what's wrong with you. You know what I do?
What?
I said, yo, my man, I need you to sit down, bro. He said, can you look? You looked at my paperwork. I said, what's wrong with you, bro? You crazy or something? What kind of paperwork you got?
Mm-hmm.
See,
and what
now
they say?
it's not. See, now he sit down because he don't want to go into it that deep.
What it's about?
yeah, I am crazy. I do have paperwork that says I'm less and abnormal to everybody in this class. See, back in the day, the kids that they said was crazy, you had 2 crazy classes. And then what they did was they said they can make more money off regular crazy. Now listen to what I'm saying.
What?
Listen.
Regular crazy?
Listen. You had the slow class, that people that rode the regular fucking short bus that you can look at them and tell something was wrong with them, right?
Right.
And then you had the class was about 6 boys that was bad boys.
Right.
They was getting all the pussy. They had good haircuts.
Yeah.
They was handsome. They was just what? Behavior problem.
Yes.
They was behaviorally crazy. Them the ones that would, like your boy, pull his dick out, fight.
Right.
You get more money. But see, every kid ain't gonna fall out the mama's pussy. Look, crazy. But every kid that fall out their mama's pussy in a bad neighborhood without a daddy, you can put them in that bad class.
Crazy class.
Them boys that back there in that bad class, it was about 6 of them. They tried to put me in that bad class. They had a program called NIPM, National Young People Using Motorbikes, and that was the incentive. And I wanted to ride them goddamn motorbikes. They put me in that class. Shit. I grew up.
Oh my
See what
gosh.
they did? They was incentivized for poor.
Incentivized.
When you was poor and you ain't had access to shit.
Right.
So I was
the
acting
field
bad
trips,
in
they
class.
got to go on field trips, get them kids off campus.
But during the regular day, they had me on the lunch hall eating lunch at 1 o'clock. Everybody else done eating lunch.
Right.
Now they want me to help clean the goddamn
out
cafeteria in the back. I do that goddamn work too quick.
Anytime.
I was in that class about 2 weeks so I can ride them goddamn motorbikes. After I realized what was going on, I said, them
trick they was
motherfuckers
playing
crazy
on you.
back there.
Now we're gonna clean the bathroom, y'all.
Yeah,
That's gonna be so much fun.
Y'all
Everybody
gonna be
get their own
janitors.
stall.
Yeah, y'all gonna be janitors when y'all motherfucker. I'm smart. Like, fuck these motorbikes. Ain't no bitches. I'm ready to pull my dick out on some gals in the regular class.
Oh, no.
Get me out that motherfucker. You already know what time it is.
Chris,
so check it out.
I'm gonna hide your last comment.
What Chris say? What Chris say?
She told me she liked the boy that got in trouble.
I just said them crazy boys. Look,
Yeah,
they won't
she
even
liked
crazy.
the kids in the
Them
crazy class. I'm
kids
not gonna say
on
exactly what she said.
Them kids in the back hall had the behavior problems. They was the thugs. They was the boys selling dope early. They was the boys fighting. You was scared of all them boys.
Yep.
Won't nothing wrong with them boys.
Nothing.
They just wouldn't act right in class.
that's what
and what they did, they figured out a way to monetize that shit.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Yep, the timeline is in full agreement. They said the bad boys didn't have structure. They was dressed well, but they didn't get help with their work at home or have any chores to do. Yep. Levi says that anytime you accept a label, whether it's good or a bad one, it's automatically giving the world a tip on
You got
how
to
to
act.
fuck with you.
Yeah,
if
it's a
they were
self-fulfilling
so
prophecy.
inclined. Yep.
You got to do it. You got to stay in that mode. Because when you need it, you need it. Because when I needed that goddamn time off, shit, you see how we said it? Hey, look here. 100% certified. I got 30 milligrams of Klonopin. Don't tell me I can't have that time off. But now I ain't had a panic attack since I quit that shit.
Yep.
And it won't even a panic attack. You know what it was?
What was it?
I don't want to go to bed and get up and go in that motherfucker tomorrow.
I ain't got my lesson ready.
And they gave me too many excuses.
Yeah.
They gave me too many reasons.
Yeah.
I can say as a black man, as a black man, I'm crazy, man.
Yep.
Look, if you don't got no
yes,
if it ain't nothing different about you, you're just mind weak now.
Exactly.
I call bullshit on a lot of the mental health illnesses.
Okay, because that was the comment.
If you don't look like
it,
you ride the short bus, you a goddamn lie.
Yes.
Break it down.
That's what, if you wrote that comment, and I think it was Levi, if you could put it back up or if somebody remembers it, the way it was worded was like, if there's a what's the word? if you're affliction. If
Yeah.
there's a mental affliction,
It's gonna be a
will
physical.
manifest in a physical affliction. But the way they worded it was really stop. The way that it was worded was just very well, and I can't find it on my comment. If anyone wants to put that back,
Can I sum up what
that
he
would
was
be
saying?
dope. Yeah.
If your ass don't look like something wrong with you, ain't nothing wrong with you. I call bullshit
Call
on mental
bullshit.
health illnesses in the black community.
Yep. Let's
Well, look,
see.
get us a few comments, man, as I'm going to load this jam up. We're going to take this motherfucker out like we brought it in. Look, if
Take
you
it
want a
out.
Cash App, we're trying to get Badges and Bubbles back going. We're trying to get a lot of things going. If you want a Cash App is at the Master Teacher. The Cash Apps, we got direct, instant access to it. The Super Chat, they take some, and it's not instant access. Take us out on the comments as I load this boy
I'm
up.
looking for them as I put your Cash App up. That will be in the links as well. Let's see here. Comments. Thank you at Searching Observer, The Total Woman, Levi, Rodney. Let's see who else came through. Lavelle. They said this show is amazing. Someone else mentioned that straight up love that someone is drinking beer at 7:30 a.m. is also casually dropping fluent Spanish and saying the most insightful, culturally aware shit that I'm going to see on any timeline today.
And it's 10 a.m. in Durham,
shout
North
out.
Carolina. I appreciate that. And you know, listen, let me tell y'all something. Just so we know, listen, man, everybody ain't even in the same time zone.
Yep.
Everybody don't have the same life. Everybody don't have the same schedule. So it's crazy for somebody to tell me or to think what time I can drink beer. If I'm sitting here at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or 7 a.m. drinking beer, doing a show, having fun, bugging out like this, obviously I ain't got no fucking job that I'm finna go to right now. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to most motherfuckers because they got to go in there and fuck with that man. See, when I was in there getting up every day fucking with that man, I felt like I wanted to play crazy. Now I had no reason to play crazy. I
Yep.
drink a beer when I get it ready, Freddy.
Total Woman says that church made her crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We also have on the timeline that there was a comment that I mentioned about the kids crashing at school, and it was out of context. It was related to the conversation that we were having about the boys being mislabeled, but the conversation they were having in the chat room was about the diet and how our American diet adds to that delirium or activity. And so we feed them crazy, then label them crazy so we can get that crazy check.
And I'm going to hit
Ain't
this
that some
last
shit?
little...
That's just like us. No, that's mine.
No. Is
That-
it one left in the
Yeah,
bag?
there is one left in the bag. That's mine. I never
Okay.
did hit mine.
Well,
You
let me-
get yours and we can
I
toast
get
it
that
out.
back. Hey, look, real quick.
Yeah, let's come
I
back
want
to
to
the
see
postpartum.
My
Yes.
baby,
She
my
said
baby
it
got a
was
real nice
societal.
presentation.
Yep.
It's societal.
That was the comment. Oh, you
It's
turned
white
the
women
page.
just look. White women complain
Because they had to go back to work. That's basically what I got out
After
of
they
it.
beg to go to
Correct
work.
me.
All right, break it
Chris,
down.
if
What-
I'm
what-
wrong.
what-
Yeah, I just wanted to read really quick. It just says here, studies show women who return to work sooner than 6 months after childbirth have an increased risk of postpartum depressive symptoms.
having to leave your baby
Yeah.
and work. God damn, that's a double whammy.
Yeah,
Jammy.
Pretty much. The loss of women at this time, they have a loss of sleep, interest in sex. They're feeling like they have a lower self-image because their body is different.
This is something.
Right. And it's societal to, you're supposed to be happy. I just had a baby. But a woman is just like, fuck that shit. I just had a baby. My pussy's out of shape. My
And I
titties
got
are
a baby and the
sagging.
baby daddy won't dare. I seen a motherfucking woman flip out on a guy one day out in public. He must have been a baby daddy trying to talk a little shit. And they was talking, trying to keep it calm. Then all of a sudden I heard her say, motherfucker, you left me in the hospital for 2 weeks. And I was like, oh shit. That
That's a
bitch looked
long
like
time.
a tiger finna attack that
I
man.
would.
She
Yeah.
said, look,
You
she,
left
she
me
said,
in the hospital
motherfucker,
for
you left
2
me in the
weeks."
hospital with 2 weeks. They knew what was going on.
Yes.
Then I got to listen. I said, God damn. I can understand how that can drive a motherfucker crazy or feel crazy or postpartum or post want to kill him. Something. You just skeeted in me and I done carried this baby and for 2 weeks you ain't showed up. I'm still sick. The baby's still sick. You know it's yours. And you looking at the goddamn Facebook to see what the color of the baby is. That'll make a bitch mad, Jack.
Real crazy. Look, Chris study says that the exact cause of baby blues is unknown. Okay?
Baby, I ain't want this motherfucker.
Pretty much. Look, that people don't want to say. That's like that women don't want to say that sex and love and marriage aren't related, because then we won't have a pass to act crazy on either side, because we know that's what we want to do.
Tell her how you feel.
Y'all already know what time it is.
That means it's time for me to
Let's be
quiet.
lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
You been passing around, I done played the field. Now it's time to settle down, I just wanna chill.
Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
It's time to settle down, I just wanna build. Get a credit scores up and stack a couple mil.
Let's say what lovers say to each other. Let's do what lovers do under the cover. And if we think what lovers think, we'll be together. And if we dream what lovers dream, it's like forever. It's like forever. Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
You've been passing around, I done played the field. Now it's time to settle down, I just wanna chill.
Come on. Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
It's time to settle down, I just wanna build. Get our credit scores up and stack a couple mil.
That's right.
And you want my advice, you need to make a chick your wife. You ain't picking with your dick this time, better pick her for your life. And you say she treat you right, give you love with all her might, give you head at any time. So when the bitches call at night, tell them no, 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 no. Bitch, I'm married, y'all, and she treat me good and I will never break her heart. No, 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 I can't fuck with y'all. Said she treat me good and I can't never break her heart.
Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
You've been passing around,
I done played the field.
now it's time to settle down, I just wanna chill.
Let's be lovers. You be my lover. I'll be your lover. Girl, let's be lovers.
Yeah.
Down, I just
That's a hit. We got it.
Yeah.
scores up.
Take it back. I love this.
Let's say what lovers say to each other.
This shit sound like 80s.
And let's do what lovers do under the covers. And let it think what lovers think, we'll be together. And if we dream like lovers dream, it's like forever. It's like forever. Let's be lovers.
Be a lover.
Yes.
Man, we
What is that?
appreciate y'all tuning in, man, for the day. Listen, man, hit that Cash App up. Have a keep the lights on. We call bullshit on our own shit. Appreciate y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.